Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Boss Mode 96 back at it again with another WWF Hasbro action figure collection update. I've got 5 more figures to show you guys today, and I'm just going to say this is the biggest pickup video I have to date. And I've said that a couple of times for a couple different videos, but it remains true every time I make a new video. I get new things and they just become bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I've got 2 green card figures I'm going to show you guys today, which I didn't think I'd be able to get so soon, but I've come across some reliable sellers on eBay and gotten really good deals, as good deals as you possibly can get on green card figures. So I was able to get 2 more green card figures in addition to some other figures that are very highly sought after and that I really needed in my collection. So without further ado, I'm going to save those green cards for last. But let me go ahead and show you all what I got today. I'm super excited. So the first one we have here is the Series 3 Hulk Hogan. You got the overhead punch right here. Pull that arm back and he swings it back forward. Really nice body sculpt, very muscular. These Hulk Hogan figures are very true to what Hulk Hogan looked like, with the exception of the Series 5. People kind of criticize that one, but for some reason that one is the hardest to find in the regular Hasbro lineup, with the exception of the Melloway, and he demands the highest price. That Hulk Hogan kind of looks weak almost. He looks skinny. He doesn't look buff. Hulk Hogan was a huge dude. But yeah, this one stays true to what Hulk Hogan looks like. The only knock on it is he's got the Hulkster shirt right there, and there's definitely some paint wear. Can't really make out too well what it says. You can kind of see the top of it right there. But other than that, the rest of the figure's in pretty good condition. It's held up pretty well over time. He's got the full-on bandana. The other 2 figures I had just had a partial bandana and then reveal the top of his bald head. Maybe Hogan didn't want the top of his head revealed on his action figures, so maybe that's why they did that. I think the rest of his figures came out this way too. So yeah, there's a Series 3 Hulk Hogan, still waiting on Series 5. But yeah, I was super happy to get that. The next figure I have to complete my tag team with Scott is Rick Steiner. This is an awesome looking figure. Love the bright colors on the singlet right there, and the famous Rick Steiner headset. I don't know what you call that, just a wrestling helmet, I don't know. But he's got the clothesline mechanism that still works very well. Got some sort of black spot on his stomach. I don't know if that can come off in a figure bath or not, but I may try that here very soon. He is much harder to find than Scott was and demands a higher price. But I'm super happy to get him in to collect and complete the tag team with Scott. They were in their prime, one of the best tag teams that wrestling's ever seen. So there's Rick. The next figure I have to show you to complete the Hart Foundation, we have the Rocket, Owen Hart. God rest his soul. Owen was an unbelievable talent, just as good of a wrestler, if not better than Bret was. Super talented guy. I believe towards the end of his WWF career, before his unfortunate passing, he was in line for a big push. I believe they said, I don't know how true this is, but I believe they said that he was going to be given the Game moniker before Triple H was. But super gifted athlete. This is his high energy / new foundation attire. You got the parachute pants with the checkerboard decals on the boots down here. Looks super cool. But he's got that clothesline mechanism as well. That works super well. And very nice likeness of Owen in the face when he was a baby face. Only thing I wish Hasbro would have done is come out with the King of Hearts, Owen Hart, shortly after he turned on his brother Bret. But unfortunately, I believe that's when Hasbro started concluding their licensing deals with the WWF, so it never came out. But you have some nice customs that are made out there, where I believe they take this Owen head and put it on a Mr. Perfect body maybe, and so they make an Owen King of Hearts custom. But still, regardless, very happy to get this in and complete the Hart Foundation stable with Davey Boy, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and Bret Hart. Okay, and here's where we get to the good stuff. Y'all ready for this? You want to give me a little drum roll? You ready? The first one I'm going to show you is Billy Gunn. Super, super awesome figure. Not a whole lot to say. I mean, he's a very simple looking figure. Something that kind of makes me chuckle when I look up close is that they didn't give him original boot sculpts, so they just painted down on his pants to cover the top of these boots and make it look like he had cowboy boots. So I thought that was pretty funny. Using, I guess, a Jake the Snake Roberts from Series 1, and then just modifying it to give him his cowboy attire. But he's got that boxer mechanism. It kind of gets stuck a little bit, but it still works. So yeah, super, super awesome figure. Still waiting to get Bart. But I was super, super happy to get him. For some reason, he doesn't really like to stand up on his own unless you kind of tilt his torso like this. He's not, or maybe it's this way. He's not able to support his own weight. I guess it's the way his feet are angled. But I don't know if that's another issue with Bart Gunn figures or not. But you have to be very, very careful how you position him. Or if you have him on a shelf, just kind of lean him up against another guy. But I was super, super happy to get Billy and add him to the collection. Now I'm just waiting on a good deal to get Bart and complete the Smoking Guns tag team. And then the next one we have, are y'all ready? He's the Hellraiser from Helsinki. We have Ludwig Borga, another gentleman who's unfortunately deceased, God rest his soul, but was a super, super intimidating guy in the WWF, a big, big, strong guy who was supposed to be the foil to Lex Luger and kind of be the enemy, like the foreign enemy that was going to be everything against what Lex Luger stood for. But he was a super, super big guy, super strong, had a career in UFC and MMA as well, I believe. But just a super, super intimidating guy. He's got that gorilla press mechanism. Still working pretty nicely. He's got a little click issue that a lot of gorilla press mechanisms do. But it still works. Got a few scuff marks here and there, as to be expected with a lot of these figures. But he's still in very, very nice shape. Another funny thing about the way they painted this is he had those infamous short boots that he liked to wrestle in. And the Hasbro figure makers, I guess, they just painted down and made this skin. But you can still see the clear definition of a boot right there. So I thought that was kind of funny. Still a super, super nice figure that I was happy to get in. It's really interesting that they were able to put this figure out because he was only in the WWF for maybe about 6 months. Debuted around SummerSlam 93 and was out of the company by February of 94, I believe. So he was a very short-lived character in the WWF, but made a huge impact in his short time there. So there's Ludwig Borga. So now I've got 3 green card figures with 4 more to go. And I won't spoil it for you, but I'm waiting on another one. And I'm not going to tell you who it is, but I'm super, super happy to get him in. It's coming from the UK, so I don't know when it'll be here. It could be anywhere from a week to 2 or 3 weeks. Just got to wait on it to be shipped to me. But honestly, I can make a whole review about that one. If that gives you any kind of idea of how big of a deal this next figure is. But yeah, it's a big time get. It's probably going to be the biggest get I have in my collection to date. I'm probably already spoiling it, but I'll be super, super happy to show that off to you guys. So, and I've also got a couple of more on the way. And what I'm trying to do now, since I'm getting closer and closer to a complete collection, is any of my broken action figures, like any of the broken action mechanisms that I have in my line, I'm trying to get replaced with working action figures. So anytime I get a working replacement, I will also show those off. I can tell you for a fact I'm waiting on one right now. But yeah, that's I've got probably about 6 or 7 figures that don't have a working action. So that will be my next step to take in terms of having a complete collection that I'm satisfied with. But until then, I appreciate you guys supporting everything that I do on this channel. I know I don't have a whole lot of subscribers, but the ones that I do have, I appreciate you sticking around and watching my videos. Really makes me excited to put these videos out for you guys and show you what I have in hopes of connecting with other WWF Hasbro collectors out there. Until my next video, guys, thanks for watching. Keep on collecting.